All right, is this thing on? All right. Is Burrows the Thunder Down Under? Let's see. On my T-shirt is Billabong, and if you don't know what that is, it's Aussie rules kind of word. It means like a watering hole, like a place where the animals go and get a nice drink of whatever kind of water is sitting there in that hole. Watering hole is a Billabong. And the question today that I got for you is, are you someone who is really curious slash worried about other people who you haven't seen for a little while? Are you worried about the shape of your hair today? Are you concerned about members of your extended family? Are you experimenting with soapstone carvings? Are you interested in ironing your laundry? Do you need to look into the Book of Common Prayer? Should you read a novel? Do you want to investigate the purpose-driven life? Do you want to check your calendar? Do you want to listen to music? Do you want to get on your old-fashioned computer and see if there's some old notes that you typed in that you were planning to turn into a book at one time, but you forgot about them, and they were very wise little snippets of your personal wisdom. And when you go to this old computer, you'll find, lo and behold, the hard drive has crashed, and you've lost all these old things that you were going to make into a book. It's Peter. I can't figure out what the heck to do with myself today. Yesterday and the day before, I was out playing soccer, and I do enjoy soccer, and it's good exercise, and I get some sun, and I get to visit with my friends, and it's a good challenge, every time it's a good challenge. The only thing is that my friend Sean, who I was playing with, he had kind of a crash into this other big fellow who was about 3 times his size, and they took him off the field and took him by ambulance to the hospital because apparently his knee is fucked. So Sean looked at me just before he got in the ambulance and he said, "I'm never going to play soccer again." So Sean, being an angelic kind of person, I kind of lost it at that point. All right, it's Bob Ross again at the Billabong. This is just general topics that you might find, amongst us human animals that are hanging around the watering hole, the Billabong, talking to one another as we're enjoying a nice glass of swamp water or something. Generally called, conversations around the water cooler if you're in an office environment, or, pub talk if you like to go to beer halls. Hi, I kind of just want to remind you about tattoos. Now, I was at the public library, and I got this interesting book that caught my eye called Tattoos. Well, Pindar's quite an interesting individual because he actually goes to the public library, and it's free, and it's got scads and scads of books, and the librarians are fascinating because they got these display cases, and they change up the books in the display cases on a regular basis. And, what I do when I go to the public library is I go for a stroll. I don't particularly have... Well, sometimes there's a book that I think of and I put it on reserve. Or is Chris I'm Christopher Isherwood, the novelist, and my novels are definitely at the public library. You don't have to buy them, but you can buy them, which, inflates my pocketbook and my publishing empire grows. But the thing is, if you do go to the public library and, you go up and down the aisles and you just see where your eye goes. Because there's an intelligence called cosmic consciousness that is, it's just there. And if you let it kind of operate yourself, cosmic consciousness will draw your attention by your eyes, or sometimes what I do is I take my finger and I point it, and I walk, and I point, and I point, and I walk, and I see where my finger is pointing to, and I follow my finger as I walk, and this is cosmic consciousness driving my body, and sometimes it'll point to a book that I should take a look at. So, you just go for an automatic stroll up and down the aisles, see where your eyes go and see what they catch. Sometimes it doesn't mean you need to pick up the book, but you just need to see the words. Wonderful words, just all arranged haphazardly, but cosmic consciousness will move your eye and your attention to where it needs to go. And try the finger trick. Just point your finger, and move your feet and see where your feet and your finger take you. In this case, it takes me to the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, Massachusetts. If you have a museum or an art gallery, it's another good place to go to, enrich your mind. Now, I'm just a man in the street wearing his hat backwards. There's some other books that I've got here that I don't want to go into too much, but one of them is called Beyond Death's Door by Maurice Rawlins, MD, about life after death. I'm always curious to see. I'm at 7.5 minutes. I don't want to go beyond 9 minutes because I can't get it on Instagram TV. Now, if you wanted to talk to anyone in particular about any subject at all, talk to me, Christopher Isherwood, novelist, or Burrows, Thunder Down Under, Enlightenment Intensives, and, jolly good times at the Billabong. Sometimes we have a barbie, and we toss back a few Foster's Lager, Or you can talk to me, Joe, the man on the street, for, general interest. The whole point of the matter is please leave me comments, and I will take your comments in line. And, if there's topics that you would like a lecture on, a talk on, a comedy bit on, and you'd like to see what I can come up with, please just make me a comment. It's great to see a lot of people see my things, but, if you make a comment and you say, I didn't like this, or I can't understand what you meant by this, I love these kind of things because it gives me, some feedback from you, the viewer, as to, because just a thumbs up means that you liked it or something, but it doesn't really give me anything to say, well, what did you like specifically and what do you want more of? Because in the end, I'm here for the purposes of entertaining you. Thanks, I'm Pindar, the reptilian Draco. Burrows, the Thunder Down Under, the dude on the street, and, various other characters I play. I'm Bobby Burrows, the consummate actor, ad-lib person, wisdom teacher, and Renaissance man. That is someone who is incredibly brilliant because I just am, because I've read a million things, experienced a million things, and I'm kind of an old man.